Welcome to the new episode of Killing Time with KHAAL. It's been such a long time since I did another video, so for today, a bit special. We like to do some review on some band from Singapore. So first up is ABHORER. But before that, I have a special guest whom he may have not listened to the band before. So I want him to give his honest review, expression on the band that we are about to show you, which is ABHORER. So we welcome D. He's from a band Honori, right? So he's here with me today to do the review. Hopefully that we can get an honest review from him about regarding the band. So without further ado, let's continue with this. Let's go. Really?
I didn't expect, a Singapore band to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, the band was formed in 1987. So it was formed by Tom Crusher, and later on he left the band and he joined Impiti. So for Impiti, his name was Iblis. So back then they from Demo. Demo was Rompos of the Ended. And after that they did a split with Japanese Profile. So they had a second metal band in Singapore. Second.
Oh, okay.
From my own knowledge, first was Tukas, Demas Tukas. So ABHORER was the second one. So what amazed me is that what they are playing back then is like they are ahead of time, ahead of their time. So yeah, so that's why I think they need some recognition. I mean, I'm proud of them for one point. Like whenever I travel, especially outside of Singapore, I mean, I get people asking me about ABHORER and stuff because we are from Singapore, so they're so curious. And I always see people wearing ABHORER stuff in Europe, and they are highly known. And the way they was playing, I mean, I don't understand. What I don't understand is that what make them make such a beautiful music. That's their brutality and intensity. So that's why I want you to, I mean, give your honest review. I mean, we just not even past half.
Yeah,
We need to
it's
do
good.
it.
It's good.
So that's why I want to find someone who actually not exposed to the Singapore metal scene. Like we always focus on foreign band, lesser than our local band.
The people will say support the local.
Yeah, so that's why I think we need to give some credit. I mean, if without this band, I don't know whether our metal scene will be as what it is still today. They are the one like put a stepping stone, like to make metal evolve or permanently stay in Singapore.
So it's like they're the start of the metal scene.
Yeah, I mean because of their popularity until today.
Are they still around?
No, they already done already. They already done. Only left with the Tom Crusher, which name is Iblis. Now he playing for the band C here. Before that, it was for Asaha, and after that, technically he went to Hiatus and then came back. So that we continue listening. I mean, the band. we are halfway through.
I like when in between there's a lot of catchy lyrics, you know, like there's a
Yeah,
song,
exactly.
Like, even though this is black metal,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, there's in between there's like a mixture of, you know, a bit of Sepultura kind of feel. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I mean, it's unique. It's unique in a way where most of the black metals is usually the same metal, you know, strong. But this way, there's a lot of elements to it.
But
It's like,
what I believe, right, back then when they play this music, right, they don't classify themselves like black metal, death metal. They want to play extreme. They just want to play extreme fast. And just imagine, the drummer himself, his name is Dagov. So back then, I think for me, I can tell myself that he's one of the fastest back then. You know, back then, no YouTube. You learn from nowhere. You learn by heart and stuff. Depending like how much passion, I mean, back then, everything about passion. So technically, this album, Psychotical Sabatori Anapa, got attention from a European label from France, Shivarishana. So got attention and signed them. Said it was released. It was like sold out. You know. Until today, people are still repressing ABHORER. Everybody want to repress ABHORER. So that's something ahead of time lah, whatever they're trying to play. And back then, like I say, like, there's no YouTube. So whatever they do is from the heart, passion. To a point where they got betrayed or something, then that's why they stopped making music anymore.
how old were they? When they started this band?
I think in their 20s. In their 20s. Yeah, they look old in the photo, but they are still, I think, young in their 20s. In their 20s.
Okay, question I ask you. This art, who did it?
This one was taken from a book. It's from a book. This artwork was cut out from a big. I think it's from a book. It's from a painting. It's a big painting, but they take another, just a portion from the painting.
Okay.
Yes. It was a part of it. And then another band ceremony, I think they used another part of this photo. But then you take also nobody know. You just because there's no internet, there's no nothing. So so let's continue and see what your expression. So overall, almost 4 minutes of brutal insanity. You just imagine this was 1996.
Actually, if you were to give this to American Europeans, they might think that this band is like sound.
Today,
If today you have to give it, they'll think, this band maybe from US.
the first expression of people.
But then this is unexpected from Asia, Singapore.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say. And their recording is top notch. They recorded at Boss Studio. I think that's one of the best best place to record. Mostly it was like those big band like Malay band, I think Wings or whatever. They recorded at the same studio. So that's why they got the best quality sound back then compared to some of the local band here.
Actually, when it comes to quality wise, this band, there's really a standard there.
The standard is there.
Standard is really
Yes. So their standard is like I say, if I'm going to let someone else listen without telling you what year this band was, and you look at their artwork, right? It so futuristic. Like today, a lot of bands try to be reach this level.
The font of it.
Yes. And the artwork and everything is like like for that era. Imagine they start in the late 80s.
Actually, the vocals gave me a bit of Moby Angel kind of
vibe.
That kind of vibe, the very raw, rugged.
Yeah, because the influence back then, they have like Hacker, Sterilizer, Moby Angel, their side. I mean, they are more influenced to that. Now, kind of band. I mean, sarcophago, the way they dressed up with all the spy and everything. Likewise, like say, like there's so many good bands in Singapore, and they get lack of attention, especially our local guys. I mean, we have a lot of metal band today, but believe me, most of them do not know that the background of the history of our metal scene. Like for me, I owe something from the band like ABHORER and Stukas. Why? If they do not make a trademark or a level, like how to say it, like set an impact to the world, and the other part of the world still look upon Singapore. Right? Back then we are so vast, so much band, and until I own them in the sense that without them, I believe, without this band, I believe that our generation of metalhead won't evolve, won't continue until today. Right? And if you imagine we don't have ABHORER or Stukas, we just another country with living normal life.
Yeah, that's
like some other part of the world, like South Africa, they just find metal that recently. India, maybe maybe they have metal, but yeah lah. But because of this band, we have like this generation, this part of people, another generation, next generation, just continue.
You see, this band make impact. They influence people.
Yes, influence people. Yeah, so much that the whole world, they've been there. Although the band doesn't exist anymore, but the impact until today.
Actually, it's true because coming from Singapore, how we are very small-minded when it comes to metal music.
Yes.
At least this band make an impact knowing that there are still people out there still following.
Yes, and many bands try to copy them. Try to be small like ABHORER, but cannot because of technology. Everything is digital. Unless you are in South America. If you talk to the South American, they know ABHORER. And you see band wearing ABHORER shirt, they are probably wearing ABHORER shirt. You be like, you thought ABHORER is just really been buried now. But actually no. Like let's say when I'm traveling and stuff, I saw people wear ABHORER. I'm so proud to say that, hey, ABHORER, I'm from Singapore. That's the band from the country. And just imagine we are living now, 2021, maybe 2 years ago. But if we still in the 2000 or 20 years, 30 years, still people listening. See, the number of fans keep on growing. Every day there's one person listening to ABHORER. And they came to the shock at ABHORER from Singapore. And we have lots more bands that I want to cover. So I need more people like, this is nothing to show people how intelligent how I am and whatever. Just that to share a bit about Singapore metal scene. I think we deserve that kind of recognition for so many years have been around.
Especially right now, I see a lot of new faces in the metal scene.
Exactly.
So it's good to at least let people listen to our local first before them exploring to international bands and foreign bands.
That's my hope actually. I mean, like, if coming to like say I'm in the store, right? Most of them come with foreign band, asking me about foreign band and stuff. So when even in the store, I have ABHORER stuff and some local band stuff. It came to their shock expression like that. Hey, this is from Singapore. And then you was telling them this band started in the 80s and up to the late 90s. They be like, wow. And they was like so shocked that I do not know what was their thinking. Like Singapore have a band before this. They thought like metal band came in the 2010 maybe. Then that's where metal start now. Back then they don't know that there's metal in Singapore at all.
So most of Singaporeans are culture shock.
Exactly. So if you let them listen to ABHORER without telling them they're from Singapore, they will be like, wow bro, this one, is it American band?
I think this band, you can give to someone, let's say a newcomer to black metal scene in Singapore, right? Then you want to know all the local bands, maybe you can start this band. This is good.
Yeah, because it gives them the
it really gives you the
impact, right? With the brutality and stuff. So that's why I was hoping, hoping that maybe my next episode I can also feature a local band and can get suggestion from people like what they want to know. I mean, basically, my main focus, if I can, I want to focus on Singapore band. The existing band, okay, be what it is, those bands in the past, they need to be known, at least lah. I mean, I'm not saying I don't care people watch or not, but I wish that this can be an archive in future. Yeah, it's an archive, that's all. So hopefully that people like you will come out, like to know things, like I want to explore things. We have to explore. If you love the passion of music and your scene, I think we have to. Right. We have to. I mean, living in Singapore today, I think we need to know at least something.
You know, when you go Pakistan, right, people there, ABHORER,
Yeah, there are a lot of people. I mean, you can see plenty of people who listen to this kind of, today they call it war metal, those blasphemy, those proclamation, those revenge. For sure, ABHORER is one of the things will be on their jacket as a patch or their shirt. I think it's like become a compulsory thing. It become a package.
they are like the godfather of.
Although they are not as so-called, I think they can be more cult than blasphemy. Because they completely like disappeared, like completely bound. They just leave my music there. You listen to my music and just wonder how I look like, how I was, what we are doing now. Yeah, but good enough. I got still in contact with Tomb Crusher, aka Iblis. He's still around. Although he doesn't play in this album, but he was the founder of the album band. He made the logo. Most of the concept is from him. Yeah, so everything is from him. So the idea of the band. So the reason for him leaving, he have own personal, own liking of music. So yeah. So hopefully my next episode will be something from Singapore. And any of you out there want to know any local band to be, I mean, we're talking about the old band. Hopefully I can get suggestion also. So maybe that's all for today. And thank you to D for coming here for his time. So see you around again. That's all.
Bye.
Ciao.